Monster Hunter World's getting a huge boost in players with the announcement of Wilds, tripling the player base. Even Asmongold started playing, which was a pretty big deal, contribute to the game's recent growth. Then when we saw him pick up that greatsword.
Okay, I'm gonna start with the sword. I want to start with the sword, and if it doesn't work out, I just use the hammer.
We all collectively knew he wasn't making it out of Astera, but through some act of divine intervention, he rewrote the timeline, absolutely popped off and finished the Iceborne.
So pussy. I fucked up. There it is.
That'll be for another video though. In this video, I just want to talk about what makes this game from 2016 so great in 2024, give a summary about the game to new players. If you've ever played this game, your first experience probably went like this. You boot the game up and you see a kitty cat. You know you're about to have the time of your life. At some point you'll go to the smithy, and when you do, you'll see your cat in a ladybug costume. This is confirmation that yes, you are in fact playing the greatest game of all time. The gameplay goes something like this. Kill lizard, carve, make new gear, kill bigger lizard until you reach a lizard god, and realize you've been playing baby pre-K mode for the past 100 hours. The gameplay loop is pretty simple, so let's talk about what gives the game depth. There's about 100 monsters to fight if we include the Iceborne DLC, so each fight you go into is going to feel fresh. If monster variety isn't enough for you, there's 14 different types of weapons with unique playstyles and attacks. Let me give you some examples. The monsters for people that feel a little... It's easy to pick up, fun to use, looks cool as hell. The greatsword has a super simple moveset with heavy attacks that take a long time to wind up. Sounds easy in theory, but this weapon is for the MR999 Gigachads that carry you through Fatalis fights, knowing exactly where the monster's head is going to be 5 minutes in the future. There's a hunting horn which buffs you and allies, but don't be fooled. This is a weapon, it'll smack the shit out of monsters. The thing that separates good hunting horn users from bad is not being a fucking pussy. And then there's my personal favorite, the switch axe, commonly known as a swag axe. Flashy switching, big explosions. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is that there's so much variety in this game that you'll be busy for a while, and you'll definitely find a weapon which will have a playstyle that suits you. Let's talk about progression. Everything in this game has progression. Each monster has a unique weapon and armor set. This is super important. This is how you play dress up with your cat. You'll have a lot to work towards since each armor set will give you unique passive skills. You want different armor sets for different fights. For example, you want some thunder resist for Kirin or Fluvia resist for Val Hazak. Maybe a monster's beating the shit out of you, so you swap some offensive armor with defensive. Maybe you just want a Badlands chug potions. Maybe you want to evade further. Maybe you want more iframes. If an armor set doesn't have the exact skills you want, you can put decorations into the armor that give you those skills. The only skills you can't customize are the armor set specific skills that are unique to the monsters you got it from. Armors and weapons are the biggest part of progression in this game. There's even more. Nearly everything has progression. The more canteen quests you do, the more ingredients you'll unlock, which will give you better food buffs. This means better skills and more health and stamina given. Not only that, but you also upgrade the cooking animation. That's right, there's 3 Meowscular Chef animations. You can progress Poogie by getting new costumes, you can level Unity with the Wild Palicos, you can upgrade your house, your garden. There's a ton of stuff you can work towards. There's another game in this game, pet hunting. You can capture the endemic life that you see around you. Some of them you'll have to fish up, but for most you'll use the capture net. These pets spawn in specific locations, and some spawn under certain conditions. There's also rare pets, such as the Downy Crakes that show up on the backs of Apsaros and Aptonoth, but you'll have to leave and rejoin the expedition lots of times until you get them to spawn. If you capture all the endemic life, you get a neat player card. You also get to show them off in your room. If you're convinced to hunt some pets, then don't forget your Ghillie Mantle and Lucky Cat buff. This game really puts the world in Monster Hunter World. All the environments are beautiful and feel alive. When you're running through a biome, you really feel like Spider, a hunter. You're foraging materials as you run through to create items to help you on your hunts. You're gathering tracks, trying to figure out where the monster you're hunting is. The monsters fight each other in turf wars.
Jesus Christ.
The toads ruin your fucking day. Toads ruin the monster's day. And the endemic life is specific to each biome. There's a ton of detail put into this game. Navigating the ancient forest actually feels like you got parachuted into the Amazon jungle butt-ass naked. I have 370 hours in this game, and I'd still get lost without the scout flies. Coral Highlands is just hands down the coolest biome based on the concept alone, which is basically an underwater map that's not underwater. While it's far away, so just Utah. As for the Iceborne map, well... there's not much to say about it. It's well done like every map in this game. It's ice. And you'll just have to see the other biomes for yourself. The last two optional monsters, Elytron and Fatalis, will make you suffer and keep you challenged for a good amount of the late game. You'll also unlock a new map called the Guiding Lands. Basically, you'll run around killing monsters to level up the biomes. Spend a lot of the end game here for the drip and final touches on your builds. The more you level up specific biomes, the more things you'll unlock. The monsters in the Guiding Lands drop specific rare upgrade materials that you can only get from there. In summary, you can tell the devs have passion with the amount of free content updates they gave and the amount of detail put into every part of this game. That's about all I got. Remember to like and subscribe or I'll find you.